This podcast is brought to you by Anchor. If you don't know by now, Anchor is the easiest way to record your podcast and get it out to your listeners. Anchor allows for you to record from anywhere using your web-enabled device like computer or smartphone. It has built-in creation tools to make editing and presenting your episodes a breeze. And when you're finished, Anchor distributes your podcast for you so you can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many more podcast platforms. Anchor even allows you to make money from ads like this one, no matter the size of your audience. And the best part about it all is it's absolutely free. Anchor is the easiest way to start your podcast. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. And thank you guys if you've made it to the second part of the worst of the 2010s. It was so nice we had to record it twice. We have two parts of this episode. Sock Monkey Mike had to go to work because, you know, he's like the ultimate jobber.
That boy, he taught me he got two jobs.
He has so many jobs. Like I said earlier, he has more jobs than the temp service. And not only that, not only does he job so much here in our predictions league, but he hangs out with jobbers. You should definitely go check out his interview with Max Caster. He just took a real bad loss to, was it SCU or Jurassic
I
Express?
believe so.
No, Jurassic Express. Yeah.
I really don't know. I need to watch Dark.
It was Jurassic Express. He got the shit beat out of him. So guys that are getting the shit beat out of him in fake life in wrestling, and guys who are getting the shit beat out of him in real life in our predictions.
They just fit. Man, we're bashing on this man. He's not even.
This man's not even here. He can't even defend himself.
That's the point. See, he wants to take his shot to me, to my face, but I don't deal with jobbers. You can't even. You standing out. You standing outside the club.
We don't deal with scrubs.
You standing outside the club. You can't even get in.
Get in. You can't even get in.
So there's the winner's circle.
Oh man.
There's the winner's circle, and then
i.e. Top Guy Management Group. Thank you very much.
Yes, the best at being the best, and then there's that guy.
The
over
best
there.
at being the best.
So we'll plug your little YouTube channel and your little interview with Max Caster and a bunch of guys who've lost a bunch. I don't know how much money they're charging. They're probably charging like $12.50 on a Cash App card and a gas card.
But
I give you treat.
If you don't shout us out in an episode, Mr. Commissioner, we ain't doing it again.
Listen, you're gonna
we want a little bit of love from this commissioner. You dig?
Not only will you be stripped of your commissionership because you're not even here. You're hardly here. You're never here. You're like Brock Lesnar. You kind of just show up whenever you feel like it. He said, I woke up this morning, I felt like being on a podcast. I didn't even brush my teeth. I could smell the funk over here. Woke up, jumped on my podcast, and started talking shit. So if you don't show us any love over there at your YouTube channel, Sock Monkey Mike, then we're going to have a fucking problem. Buddy.
Talk your shit, Jay. Talk your shit.
I'm done.
That's what we're going to call the midweek episode. Jay talks shit.
Yeah, right, Jay talks shit. It's going to be its own spin-off podcast. It's going to be him. It's going to be Jay talking to Jay.
It's going to be great. It's going to be like the Corey Graves podcast.
I don't know, Jay. What do you think?
In between two Jays.
Wait, no, it's gonna be the top guy talking to Top Rope Jay, talking to Notorious Jay.
There you go.
The face of the Jay.
There's many faces. And then Karen might be there as well.
It's just gonna be you with powder on your face. It's gonna be like Dave Chappelle.
Great.
And then that woman is still gonna knock on your door and ask you where your laundry is.
Even though like all my laundry is clean right now, I wish she would come up here.
Hey, look, I would not knock on that door with 4 J's. It's not happening.
You gonna get cussed out 4 times.
Oh, by the way, I'm just gonna put this here just because I think it's funny, and then for anybody that's not gonna know what this is about, we'll go watch episode 2. Where's the work, Dave?
Well, damn.
All right.
I don't think we told you, Chase. We can't find Dave on the internet anymore.
Yeah, he's nowhere.
Oh, you serious? He just disappeared?
So his Twitter handle was King Duddy Dave, right? Or Duty or whatever the fuck.
Duty.
KingDuttyDave, all lowercase. He's nowhere.
Oh, Thank God.
Maybe he was on Anchor like us.
So remember that all that
No.
shit he was talking?
He is the anchor in his own life because he's drowning right now. Clearly.
All that shit he was talking, how our podcast was terrible, and he ain't even on Twitter anymore.
Was gone.
And yet we are back and better than ever.
Probably had a change of heart. Just decided wrestling wasn't his thing. Much like talking shit. He's not good at it.
He ain't good at it. All right, so enough with the old, and back into actually more old. So not enough with the old, I guess.
Never enough.
But into the bad.
It's Friday right now, but it's Throwback Thursday in the podcast. He's throwing it all the way back to the 2010.
It's Friday now. Listen, it's Friday now. It's Throwback Thursday in the podcast. And this episode's coming out on Sunday.
There it is.
Exactly. We're on totally wonky schedules here at the second.
I mean, we already said that 2020 is going by in dog years, so I mean, fuck it.
So is the podcast.
Everything moves at a snail's pace.
All right.
Doesn't it ever?
Let's kick this thing back off. Worst match of the 2010s. I'm gonna let y'all talk about this because I feel like you guys have clicked up.
Okay. So I have a funny story with this one.
Oh, okay.
So if you guys ever watched Being the Elite, and this goes for anybody listening, there was a Q&A that they did a couple years ago before all the AEW stuff, and it was Cody with this is so long ago. Actually, this might have been 4 years ago because Adam Cole was still in Bullet Club. So he was talking about a match he had on SmackDown in 2011, and it was him, Wade Barrett, and Ted DiBiase Jr. versus Ezekiel Jackson, the Sin Cara, and Brian. And
I know exactly where you're going with this.
Yeah. So this Sin Cara is the original Sin Cara.
Oh,
the one with all the language problems.
Right,
yes,
Botchamania.
Exactly. Botchamania Sin Cara. And like the best part of the match was Brian, because Daniel Bryan is the best.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so the way he explained it was like Ezekiel was supposed to have Brian's moment. And so Brian was supposed to bring up the crowd a little bit. Heels were supposed to get some stuff. And then Ezekiel was going to be the hot tag, right? That didn't happen because Brian just pinned Ted DiBiase Jr. Like, Ted forgot to kick out. Like, he just pinned him. And so that happened. Cody and Ted Jr. are just like, oh, what? Oh.
Hey, well, hold on. Hey, fam.
So then,
hey, fam. You know how when you have like a 3-day weekend off from work and then you get back and you're like, okay, how do I do my job?
Yeah, exactly. And so Ezekiel, as Daniel Bryan's doing all his stuff, is visibly upset in the corner and pointing at Bryan for like a solid 2 minutes. And Sin Cara has no fucking clue what's going on because he doesn't speak English. And like at some points in the match, Sin Cara and Barrett go at it, and Sin Cara, instead of doing his cool stuff, just straight up boots Barrett like right in the testicles, just straight up low blow. He does this twice, by the way.
Because he's a piece of shit.
Hey, that's a fight.
Right,
Yeah.
that is a fade. Like, you have to run hands.
And of course, Wade Barrett, being the champion that he is, he just just goes along with it, because what else can you do? You have a dude that doesn't understand how to do a drop kick properly, then can't understand when you're telling him to do a drop kick, so he just boots you in the jewels. Like,
it's like he doesn't need. He is a gymnast who doesn't know how to work a match.
Yeah.
That's all he was.
So after all
like
this, Brian just straight up pins Ted DiBiase Jr., right?
Look at my flip.
And Cody tries to like get some of the heat back. He's like, okay, well, this was supposed to be like another 10 minutes for this match, but okay, let's try to get some of the heat back. And he goes to tell Barrett, and Barrett's already walking up the ramp heading towards the back.
He's like, I'm out.
Just out of his mind.
Barrett said, okay, I guess we'll.
Said, you know what? Y'all can finish this.
They all go backstage. Vince is standing up. He's saying like, he's telling Ted or telling Brian he forgot to kick out, and everybody's like, yeah, we know. And Ted DiBiase Jr. comes back. And he says probably the best line I've ever heard.
Dude, it is legendary.
And I have to give Cody credit to this because he's the one that tells the story.
Yeah,
but Ted
amazing.
walks into the back, looks at Vince, goes, "Where's that referee? He was trying to fuck on me." And all Vince does is he sits down, puts back his headset on, and just keeps on with the show. And everybody
you
just
do?
standing there as the best line in the history of wrestling has just been uttered, and nobody knows what to do.
It's
Especially Sin Cara, because he probably didn't figure out what was
understand
happening.
it. Dude,
And watching that match back with that story, it's so much funnier, but it's so bad.
So I need you to find that match and put it on the Twitter.
The match would have been okay.
God.
But with the story, it's abysmal.
Dude, that line needs to be written on his tombstone. Because
he was trying to fuck on me.
Fuck on me.
Like, it's just the best.
God, yo. Oh, this hurts. It hurts to laugh.
I love Cody, man.
Oh, God.
And I want Ted DiBiase Jr. to just be the lead of everything.
So, I'm going to have to take a little bit longer with my choice.
Oh, God.
When Jay sent me the list...
Hold on. Brace yourself. It's going to be long.
No. Just when Jay sent me the list, he neglected to add the match part. So I actually don't have a match ready. Actually, no, I take it back. It just came to me. I have one.
Yeah, I
and you know what?
Match.
No, you didn't.
The fuck?
It says, I'm going to read out the text messages right quick. And when he read out the list, he says, so, worst, wrestler, male or female, tag team, pay-per-view, general wrestling thing, and one dishonorable mention. It does not say match.
Ouch.
I'm sorry.
It's okay,
the powers that be.
Because that moment, just like a light bulb just clicked in my head. I have it. And you know what? I'm going to preface this by saying that these two wrestlers are absolutely phenomenal. They are great at everything that they do in the ring. And this is 125% Vince's fault. My worst match is Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Ooh, wow, yeah.
That was a fucking travesty.
But it led to the rise of Daniel Bryan.
It did. It led to the rise of Daniel Bryan. So this is why I'm not going to rag on it for too long. But the fact that you had two of your brightest stars in a match that lasted, how long was it? What was that, like
13 seconds, I think?
Yeah, it was like 13, 17 seconds.
No, 18. I think everybody calls it the 18-second match.
The 18-second. You have both of your brightest stars at WrestleMania, no less. Your biggest show. And you just write them off like it's a pre-show at Backlash. Like, are you serious? Now, yes, this led to possibly one of the greatest moments in wrestling history. Yes, it led to Daniel Bryan getting the Yes movement. Yes, it led to the WrestleMania 30 run. Yes, unfortunately, it also led to Daniel Bryan retiring. And yes, it led to him coming back. But you can't neglect the fact that that was a dumb move on Vince's part to have that happen. If you were going to put the belt on Sheamus, at least make him look dominant through a match and not, hey, I'm just going to kick you in the face. You're going to hit the mat. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, and you're back home for dinner.
Okay, yeah, that was tough.
I mean, yeah.
We're back, guys.
It's
the entrance has lasted longer than the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that happens, you know a match is going to be trash. Just throwing it out there.
The ramp was longer than the match.
The only match where I can say where it's not like that was
Goldberg
Brock
and
Lesnar.
Brock.
Goldberg and Lesnar was the only time where that was not a bad thing.
All right, and
but yeah,
here, I just want to frame this a little bit. Just a little bit. Imagine you and all of your friends watching television, and you have the unfortunate situation of having to watch about a 51-year-old man hold down a 34-year-old man because the 34-year-old man is high out of his mind on whatever substance he has taken.
Yes.
And no, we're not watching a soap opera. We're watching professional wrestling. We're watching a pay-per-view. We paid for this match. And then you realize you're watching Sting versus Jeff Hardy at Victory Road 2011.
That's the pay-per-view.
Yes.
Victory Road.
Victory Road.
The
For
only
whatever reason,
victory
I was thinking Bound for Glory.
The only victory that night would have been a swift bullet to the back of my head.
No, listen. This match wasn't bound for glory. It was bound for tragedy. Let me tell you what happened. I rewatched the match recently. It's really short. Sting goes down to the ring. Jeff Hardy goes down to the ring. I forget who was champion at the time. I think it was Sting, but it doesn't really matter because it wasn't much of a match. Eric Bischoff comes out. More on him in a bit. Eric Bischoff comes out to kind of talk and set the match up because Jeff Hardy just fucking out of it. Jeff Hardy looks like he is thizzed out of his mind. He's just staring around into the audience trying to figure out what's happening. I don't even know if he knew he was at work that day. And so they start the match, and then Jeff Hardy just kind of does the fake shirt throw thing all around the ring for like 3 minutes. And Sting is just sitting there pissed off the whole time. So he rushes him, and the ref has to break it up. But like this wasn't a wrestling rush. This was I'm about to beat your ass on live TV rush.
Sting said, "I'm about to put the sting on your temple. Run up."
Sting
you
said,
"Put the dukes up."
Jeff Hardy looked scared again. Then I think he hit him a couple of times, and then he just drug his ass to the other side of the ring. He hit him with that scorpion death drop, and then held his ass down to the mat while the referee counted to 3. The referee didn't know what the fuck was going on. Sting knew what was going on, and Jeff Hardy was somewhere talking to Bugs Bunny and Toucan Sam.
Oh my God!
Jeff Hardy was in another world, literally.
He was in another universe.
And then
Jeff Hardy was just like, bro.
And then Jeff Hardy said, "I'm like, what happened?"
Dude, Jeff Hardy was in the world that Brian went on when he tried shrooms for the first time in Family Guy. He was out of it.
Jeff Hardy's mind was like Matt Riddle saying bro over and over again on repeat. Just bro. That's all that was going through his head. That's it.
Jeff Hardy was riding on top of Nyan Cat through the universe.
Nyan Cat was writing Jeff Hardy.
Whoa, alrighty.
Okay then.
That was kind of weird, but I like it. Anyway.
So did Jeff Hardy, clearly. He didn't know where he was. We're moving right along.
That man's brain was Doctor Strange, the film. Literally just looped. Just going through it.
I wonder if the cameramen knew what was happening in that event, or if they're like, "Oh wait."
I feel like the only person who knew what was happening was Eric Bischoff, and that's why he tried to come out to the ring and save it.
I'm like, my thing is that you guys saw that he was drugged out of his mind, like before he left Gorilla.
Okay, he wasn't drunk. He was crossfaded.
No, yeah, he was out.
But that wasn't just alcohol.
Is that you know what should have happened? What should have happened was some big giant heel should have ran in, picked Hardy up, and threw him over the barricade and just threw him down.
And be like this is my match now.
Angle. No, just work it into angle. Say Jeff Hardy got injured and he's out. And then just fire him at that point. Like, they could have saved that entire segment, but instead you let him go all the way to the ring.
More on that later.
Yeah. Anyway.
So we've made it through that. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. This is
Jay,
the worst pay-per-view.
Yeah, Jay, real quick.
Yeah.
Let's let Kurt go because me and you are actually going to team up on our prediction because, ladies and gentlemen, me and Jay actually have the exact same kind of in a way for our prediction on this, I think it would be much better if we just talked about it.
I'm gonna talk shit about it, but like I think my worst one is.
No, just go first. Like, because if you both are the same, then it knocks out 2 birds with 1 stone.
I don't think I told you my worst pay-per-view. So let before we start.
Sure.
Was it 35?
Oh no, it wasn't.
Okay, yeah. So let me go first, and then I'm definitely
okay. Yeah, no, shoot, go for it.
I'll definitely.
We have the same prediction.
I think we have the same. It's like dishonorable. It's a general wrestling thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, my general wrestling thing is a rant, my friend. It's the rant.
Okay, listen. I can jump in on this too, because like we'll do yours last, and it'll segue into my into my general wrestling thing.
Gotcha.
So the worst pay-per-view of the 2010s had to be by a landslide. Wait for it. WrestleMania 35.
Okay, so
let me tell you
35. Why. Real quick, before you say that, 35. That was
okay. I got you.
Which year was that?
I got you, fam. Let me talk my shit. Let me.
That was last year.
Wait.
Oh shit! Do your thing then.
Was it last year?
Was that last year?
Yeah, this year was 36.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Hold
on. Did I get the wrong one?
You might have.
Because 35. That was Kofi Mania, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one that was a number.
Last year.
That was the one that was a number. Hold on.
Chase, 2 years. Or,
wait, hold on.
No. We gonna wait for Jay.
Wait, goddammit.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought he was finished?
Y'all thought I was finished? All right, it's
By the
okay.
way, it was 18 seconds. I was right.
Okay. It was short. That's what she said. Anyway.
Too short.
That's what she said. Anyway, it was 32. My bad. WrestleMania 32.
Okay.
Yeah, 32 was not great.
So let me.
Also, everyone was injured.
So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So that was my fault on my research. It's okay. I fixed it.
Yeah, I was a little bit confused there. I was like, wait, 35 was actually a good Mania.
I fixed
35
it.
35 was okay.
I fixed it. Damn it.
You good.
So here's who was injured at the time. Picture this: a WrestleMania without John Cena,
tragic.
Randy Orton,
also tragic.
Luke Harper,
tragic.
Cesaro,
tragic.
Neville,
tragic.
Sting.
I'm okay with that.
Daniel Bryan,
hella tragic.
Tyson Kidd,
tragic.
Tyson Kidd.
And Nikki Bella.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too. So,
also, Seth was injured.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, just tragic.
Make a Mania out of that.
So, right, you try it. But anyway,
you know what pisses me off about this event? You know what we're supposed to be the main event?
No, I
what?
don't.
Shield triple threat.
What?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship.
I wish we would have got
serious?
that.
I'm 100% serious. This is what it was supposed to be. And Seth got injured, and it threw the match out.
That's ridiculous.
That's
ridiculous.
Because then we got it
That's
at
tragic.
what was it? We got it at Battleground, I think 2016, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was okay.
Anyway, so we have Zack Ryder. He won the Intercontinental Championship belt for one night. And then I think he lost it immediately.
Yeah.
He lost it on the Raw after, and it pissed me off.
Like he got that moment. His dad was there, and they take it right back off of him. And
he got the same treatment that Dolph Ziggler had, where he was winning it, but he wasn't being pushed for it, and that was bullshit.
And I'm gonna say I'm glad he's elsewhere because that was fucking terrible.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what him and Kurt Hawkins do.
That whole Y2AJ thing. The fact that the League of Nations got anywhere near a WrestleMania main event, a WrestleMania event that wasn't the pre-show was appalling to me. Like
was 32 the start of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
I don't remember.
Was that 31?
That was Shaq was in that one.
Yeah.
Did Big Show win the first one?
Yes.
Then it was.
No, Cesaro won the first one, I think.
Then it was the second one. Who cares? Anyway.
Whatever.
Shane versus The Undertaker for a black lockbox that we still don't know the contents of.
Nope.
It's just
like in politics, there is no lockbox.
There's no lockbox.
The Rock squashed,
it doesn't exist.
The Rock squashed Eric Rowan with the flamethrower.
That's just like attempted murder.
Yeah.
That's just attempted murder.
That didn't work. That didn't work for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So just imagine the Rock.
Elon Musk hadn't come out with his yet.
Listen,
the Rock oddly trying to light his logo on fire.
Yeah, it's like
guys,
3
it's not
seconds.
working.
3 seconds doesn't sound like a lot of time, but just think about it. Try counting 3 seconds and just really think about that amount of time that's just silent.
So let's do this. Let's have a 3-second silence break on the podcast. On 3.
All right.
1, 2. And that's 3 seconds.
That's a long amount of time.
Right.
Especially for Mania, like, ooh. When they stick to a tight schedule at Mania, like those 3 seconds.
That's the end of a match. 3 seconds is the end of a match.
Right.
Like.
So there was that.
Not if you're Aubrey Edwards in AEW, then it's.
Oh no.
You know.
And then, just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, you had Roman Reigns getting pushed to the top by Triple H. So Vince McMahon's like, we can't get them to cheer this guy. Do we turn him heel? No, put Triple H with him. Triple H got it.
Do we give him the Rock treatment where maybe he'll get over by himself?
I feel like Roman Reigns would have got over so much if he was a heel.
Yeah,
because he has,
especially after Mania 33,
especially after the way that the fans treat him, he already has like a terrible relationship with the fans. He might as well turn heel.
Yeah, they should just let that go.
Screaming for it.
It's like, here's the thing, right? When you think about The Rock's tenure in WWE, right? If this is clearly where they're trying to push him, is being the next Rock. You can see it. They always try to push that Rock angle with him. If you really think about it, when was Rock's best moments?
Nation
really
of Domination.
Think about that. Nation of Domination.
Austin feud in the early 2000s.
Hollywood Rock. So when he was heel and he was singing all the songs. Yep. Those were some of his best moments. And it's because he just went off on everybody.
You're nothing. 5 feet nothing. It's like... Oh, the Rock's got a phone call. Hold on a sec. Clack. Hello. It's nothing. It says he knows you. It's like some of the best segments. If you just let Roman just go in on people, he can do so much. Roman's best promo is still. This is my yard.
So you're telling me that's a pile of suffering succotash son was not a good promo?
Ooh. I am 100% telling you that's an abysmal fucking promo. Don't ever bring that shit up.
Nobody brings up that. I don't think Roman likes to bring that up. I don't even think Vince likes to bring that up.
Nah, Vince thinks it's still such good shit.
It's such good shit.
It's such good shit.
But yeah, so did they try to put out a WrestleMania?
Bless you, Bray Wyatt, for putting that in.
Best thing of 2020.
That's one of the best things.
Yeah, I can't wait for that list.
Oh man, that's gonna be filled with a lot of joy.
Should we do that to start off season 2 instead of? Well, we have a lot of things to get to season 2.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about the episode that I want to do. We'll hold that episode off for.
I need to watch some actual Impact before.
No, don't mention it.
Don't. No.
Listen.
No. So we're just gonna describe it to you.
I don't think I did.
Wait, you didn't mention it last episode. Yeah,
you mentioned it last episode.
So yeah, we'll.
To be fair, we have been talking for 2 hours and 30 minutes. So
not quite. We started at. Well, yeah, true. As far as they know, we don't.
Right.
It's been a long day.
We were talking
it's behind
for like 45
scenes.
minutes.
Behind the scenes, the second Turnbuckle podcast. We've been doing this for 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 16 seconds.
All for you.
Yeah.
All for you guys. All for you guys.
All right. So
go ahead.
My worst pay-per-view. We're on pay-per-view. Yeah. I'm out of my mind. We've been talking for so long.
Yeah.
So
talk that shit, bro.
Because you said WrestleMania 32. Mine is just 1 year before, not Mania. Not Mania. No. So who remembers the Royal Rumble 2015?
Ooh, let's not.
Wait.
Let's not.
Isn't that the Royal Rumble that like directly sets up my
Yes.
WrestleMania?
Yes,
It was
it
just a
is.
dark time.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. So
hold on, wait a
this?
minute. So the only thing I think about when I think about this pay-per-view is the look on The Rock's face when he comes out and beats up Rusev, and they're still not cheering Roman. He's just like, what the fuck?
Yep. Yeah.
It's like
okay.
He
so
did
I'm gonna
everything
get
in
to that.
power.
I'm gonna get to that last because that was one of the cornerstones of what I'm gonna say. But I will get to that. So Royal Rumble 2015. There's one very good match that I still watch to this day, and that's for the WWE Championship.
Yeah,
it
was great.
Cena, it was Brock, and it was Seth. Amazing match, exceptional match. That was it. Everything else was terrible. We had the Ascension versus the New Age Outlaws. The Ascension had debuted like 2 months earlier. Why were they against the New Age Outlaws? Made no sense.
The old
New Age Outlaws even there.
The old
age Outlaws.
Exactly. They barely beat the New Age Outlaws. In 2015, why? Miz and Mizdow versus the Usos for the titles was okay, but it was a story match, and it was just to set up Mizdow turning. It was a throwaway match. We had the Bella Twins versus Paige and Natalya. Anybody remember this? I didn't.
Nope.
Exactly. And then we got to the Royal Rumble. Oh, the Royal Rumble. So we had Dan Bryan getting eliminated before number 15, which now I'm okay with Daniel Bryan not winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
He should have, but I'm okay with him not winning it. He came off one of the best years of any career ever. He probably should have won it, but it's the way that he lost which pisses me off. So we get Daniel Bryan thrown out of the Rumble. The very next entrant is Goldust. And how does Goldust Titantron start? Broken Dreams. It's like Vince was laughing at everybody backstage. How are you going to have one of the best men in the company come off of a year in 2014 that includes winning 2 titles in the same event at WrestleMania, beating all 3 members of Evolution, just to get cucked in the Royal Rumble by Goldust?
It's such good shit.
I mean, to be fair, though,
Bray Wyatt threw him out.
That was a poetic shade toss.
Yeah.
Because not only did the Broken Dreams Titantron just like signal, hey, F you to the audience, but it's like you just said, you got cucked by the most poetic character you could ever get cucked by, Goldust.
The only one that should be cooking in it.
Right? The only character you could have in that role. It's such good shit.
It just felt like Vince was like, yeah, put Goldust, you'll see why. And then just laughing hysterically in his seat just because he knows the fans are pissed off. And then it ruined the rest of the show. All of the surprise entrances got either a lukewarm reception or, oh, yay, cool. Oh fuck, Brian's out still. Roman's winning this, isn't it? Oh fuck, Roman's winning this, isn't it? Oh no. No.
Wait, hold on.
And then we got 15 minutes of Big Show and Kane just ruining everybody. They had like 10 eliminations in the match between them both. Why? Why in 2015?
Wait a minute.
Is
My
Daddy
bad.
Kane, Beer Belly Kane, and Singlet Big Show, who should have retired 10 years ago, ruining people in 2015. Why is this happening? Fuck, Roman's winning, isn't he?
Yeah, that was bad.
It's like it's set up for failure.
And then Rusev came in and everybody was like,
wait, Rusev didn't. Oh, fuck. No, he ain't beating Roman.
Damn.
It's just.
And The Rock comes out to help Roman Reigns. The Rock. If anybody. The Rock could get over a wet mop if he tried.
I think he has
Jericho
before.
Got a plant over. The Rock could get the leaf of that plant over. And
The
he
Rock
could
got
not
his own
get
eyebrow over.
Roman Reigns over. He
got
could
his
not
own
get
eyebrow.
Roman Reigns over. And the best look he ever gave in his entire career, not the eyebrow, not looking down at everybody he ever faced, was the look of utter and complete shock and confusion, going, what the fuck is happening right now? After he raises Roman's hand.
It was at that moment he knew he fucked up.
He fucked up.
That is a blemish on his career that he will be glad to just disappear.
Never talk about it again.
Here's the thing, right? Roman Reigns is a phenomenal person.
He's a great wrestler.
Phenomenal father. A phenomenal wrestler. But it's just when you give a guy shit and then you decide, hey, we're putting sprinkles on said shit, and then you decide, hey, it's the future, let's now spray this with the chrome paint from SpongeBob, and now it's chrome sprinkled shit. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's still shit.
So here's what happened. So wait. Here's what happened. We wanted Samoa Joe, so they gave us a Samoan named Joe.
Yes.
The Samoan named Joe.
Also, keep in mind, in what's it called? In NXT at this point, we had Samoa Joe 1 year, or no, did we have Joe in 2015?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. We also had like Kevin Owens. We had Neville. We had Sami Zayn. Like, we had takeovers like everywhere, and they were all getting amazing quality matches. And then we got Roman winning and Rock looking confused.
Yeah, it's just
bad. The entire pay-per-view is either forgettable or bad. And everyone shit on it. Literally everyone on planet Earth shit on it.
That was bad shit.
It can't get worse than that, but there is something that is far worse. Wrong. There's something that is far worse than one person getting failed by their company.
Oh.
Just imagine if your whole company failed itself because it decided to relive the good old days, of WCW.
Right.
Yes, folks, I'm talking about the entire era of Hogan, Bischoff, and Flair.
That was terrible.
You have no one pay-per-view. You just have it all.
I will preface this by saying the one good thing that came out of this is that TNA has some of the brightest stars that are now all over the globe doing great things. And it also gave us the Jay Lethal Flair moment. Like, the Jay Lethal Flair moment is still iconic because, nothing is better than two people just saying woo for like 3 minutes.
Okay, hold on. Wait, before you get started, let's transition this into, I'm switching my general wrestling thing and my dishonorable mention. So this is going to be your worst pay-per-view and my dishonorable mention because I'm jumping in on this.
Okay, I'm with this. I would love some help because the reason why I need help is just so I can show you how bad this is.
So watch me.
Hold on. During the time that Hogan, Flair, and Bischoff were there, I was watching TNA previously for possibly a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
And this is also the time I was watching WWE. Let me show you how religiously I was watching both. I would set up my my cable so that when I hit the last button, it was in between Impact and Monday Night Raw because this is during the time they were also pushing that. So I would flip in between just so I could see matches.
Mm-hmm.
When Hogan arrived, initially I was like, "Oh my God, it's Hulk Hogan!" And
Why did you turn into a 12-year-old?
Because that was roughly around the age that I was.
Yeah.
Because I was watching this and I was just like, "Oh my goodness, it's Hulk Hogan!" And this is before all,
the N-word.
The N-word ruined his career faster than he ruined Impact. But
that was a slow burn.
Ouch.
This was unfortunately shifted into Bischoff. Now, at this time, right, I had no knowledge of how bad that Bischoff and his company ruined WCW. Just no knowledge whatsoever. I just knew that WCW was bought by WWE. That's it. So, from going to religiously watching these two shows, after a month and a half of watching Hogan show up, I stopped watching. I didn't watch any pay-per-view snippets because I couldn't afford pay-per-views at the time.
Shit.
I didn't watch any TNA episodes. I unfollowed on whatever small amount of social media I had, and I just stopped watching altogether. Now, I was knowledgeable about some of the things, like the really, really bad things that happened, such as, the Jeff Hardy Sting incident.
Which we covered, and
which already covered. I was privy to that. I was privy to
you
Fortune
and everyone else,
and the Jay Lethal moment, because those two just popped up and they were funny, and Fortune being just something, and it's just, you ruined something I loved.
So let's talk about it.
You ruined how they say when Shawn Michaels won the belt, a boyhood dream came true. A boyhood dream died.
Did you lose your smile?
Showed up. I lost my smile. I was forced to watch Raw.
Oh my
Only.
God.
So let's talk about it. Let me get into detail here. You might wonder why we're shitting on this company so bad. Let's talk about who's done great things coming out of TNA. The Young Bucks.
Bingo.
SoCal Uncensored.
So moving on.
No, wait a minute.
No.
I'm not done. SoCal Uncensored.
Yep.
Bingo. Let's
Okada.
go with Okada was there. That was his first sort of big American thing. AJ Styles, James Storm.
A lot of people in the Knockouts division
Bobby
did really
Roode.
well elsewhere.
Desmond Wolfe, aka also known as Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah. I think Cesaro was there too for a minute.
No, I don't think so.
Ring of Honor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Samoa Joe, of course.
Samoa Joe. Who else was there? TJ Perkins.
AJ.
Yep, TJ Perkins as well.
I said AJ.
I already said.
Oh,
AJ.
you already said AJ.
I missed that.
Yeah. So
Beer Money, Bobby Roode.
Mention them.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Did you?
Yeah, I said Bobby Roode and James Storm.
Jay Lethal.
Eric Young.
Yep.
EC3.
Yeah, EC.
He did much better there than he did in WWE.
Listen. No, he did not do better outside of TNA, because when he was in Impact, that was when he was shining the brightest. He was shining the brightest in Impact. He was
the real shining.
He was part of the reason why I came back to watching Impact after a while.
Bobby Lashley.
Like he was helping me ease into it. Bobby Lashley, yeah.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he did a lot better in
here's the thing, though. I'm not going to really count Drew McIntyre just because he was already doing indie stuff, and he was just kind of there on Impact for a while, but he was still out doing more indie things than he was
here's the thing.
Doing Impact.
You can't not include them when WWE has basically stolen their main event from like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Actually, I can say this, Abyss, because he's now a producer for WWE.
Abyss. And he never left. He never left TNA.
He was there to the very bitter, middling, somewhat end, but not end.
Oh no, he
almost looked like it was going to be the end.
He was there for the Phoenix. He stayed there for the Phoenix revival. That was about it.
So here's my thing with no other wrestling company has had more one-ups than TNA. Like it's like TNA keeps getting that green mushroom. You guys know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we're thinking TNA is about to die, and somebody buys it, and then TNA is about to die, and somebody buys it, somebody wants to work with it. It's
Billy Corgan.
So here's who they were pushing. Here's who they were pushing instead of these guys at the time: Bischoff, Hogan, Flair, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Sean Waltman, Sting, and Mick Foley. Guys who were probably past their prime at that point, but then they brought in
past their prime,
and then past their prime,
and then they brought in some other stars like RVD, Jeff Hardy, Booker T, Scott Steiners, Christian Cage, Mr. Anderson, and the Dudleys.
Also, can we just say Mr. Anderson, fucking really?
Yeah,
That's,
why?
that's what you switch from Kennedy? Mr. Kennedy had the kick because of the K. But Mr. Anderson, he sounds like a high school gym coach.
Wait a minute. D'Lo Brown?
I forgot D'Lo showed up there.
Well,
Aces and Eights.
Brown.
Oh, you're right.
So yeah, I mean, it was really bad. It was a string of shit pay-per-views. I mean,
I think the noise that you just made can accurately sum up TNA.
TNA, yeah. It's just they are. I feel like TNA they are the Phoenix of wrestling. Always the Phoenix of wrestling, because like you said, yeah, it's like every 4 years they die and then they revive some way.
Wait,
like
they found the Lazarus pit.
They did. Okay, they found the Lazarus pit. They are Ra's al Ghul. They are the Ra's al Ghul of wrestling. They will never die unless something goes out of their way to kill them. The only way that I can physically see
they've become Red Hood so many times.
Exactly. The only way that I can physically see TNA dying or Impact dying is if Vince on his way out just decides, I'm gonna buy TNA and close it. That's it. That is the only way I'm seeing that happening. And Vince has that, okay? Vince has that power. He just doesn't want to do it.
Tony Khan could buy it.
Oh yeah, Tony Khan could absolutely buy it, but I feel like if Tony Khan buys it, he's gonna make something of it. He's not gonna do what Vince would do. And you know Vince is petty enough to do that. You know
Vince is petty enough to keep Roman and Daniel Bryan at home and still not issue them an apology, even though they were right.
Exactly.
Roman, Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn.
Vince is oh my goodness, Vince was petty enough to strip Sami Zayn of his title belt when Lesnar just decides, I'm gonna go on vacation.
I'll just be around
but
4 months later.
Wait, Jordan Devlin is still the cruiserweight champion.
Yup.
It don't make no sense.
We all thought he'd been stripped. And the Dirty Quarter.
I thought he got fired.
Yeah, and the Dirty Quarter was like, no, he's still champion, and we were all like, what?
No, I think recently they crowned a new permanent champion.
Oh yeah, it's what's his name? Phantasma.
Oh, his mask is excellent. Oh my god, I love his mask. It's so fire.
Is it Santos
Escobar? I can't remember.
Yeah, Santos Escobar.
I'm totally not sure.
Yeah. Either way, his mask is fire. But yeah, TNA is just the biggest disappointment.
I mean, so that being said, it's getting better now. I'm shuddering at the fact that old fat D'Lo Brown is talking to someone about bringing Aces and Eights back on TNA TV right now.
The only way, like I said, I think I was talking to you guys about this, but the only way the Aces and Eights could come back legitimately is if it's D'Lo Brown and Bully Ray and two others, I guess, Devon if he wants to, and somebody else.
Can I
if
fantasy
they're just
book this?
Mentors or managers.
Can I fantasy
Devon's
book this?
Devon's a producer in WWE, so.
And so no Devon, no Bully Ray. Let's have Aces and Eights come back as EC3.
Okay.
Eric Young.
All right.
And the Good Brothers.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. No, I can see that. I can definitely see that. That's really good. That's really good. But you know who?
Please, for the love of God, let Carl Anderson do the machine gun gimmick, because he was at his best in New Japan when he was Machine Gun Carl Anderson.
But can I add to that?
Go ahead.
Can I add to that? As just another member who is faltering everywhere else, two people actually, a manager and a wrestler who doesn't get enough credit for how good they are in the ring.
MVP.
No. Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis.
That'd be dope.
At them.
I can live with that.
I can see that.
Maria Kanellis I'd be okay with, but that's just because
here's the thing. The Miracle Mike Bennett is a fantastic wrestler.
Yeah,
he does not get enough credit. WWE failed him.
So think about this. Think about this. When Cody made his list, Mike Bennett was on it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Cody Rhodes went to TNA for 3 minutes just to fight with Mike Bennett.
Mm-hmm. just like that shows you how good he is. He's a fantastic wrestler, and putting him in a group where he doesn't necessarily have to be the one talking, but he can still like he can hold his own on a mic, absolutely. But put him in a group where he can just show off how good he is as a wrestler. Yeah, I feel like that would be it.
If there was a section in this bit where we did like the worst angle, the Maria Kanellis, Mike Kanellis fake baby, or not his baby, but Bobby Lashley thing.
Didn't that happen this year?
That was that was last year.
This year's been like so long. I don't know.
Can I also say it real quick to add on to your fantasy booking real quick? And you said that that was like what, 5 people roughly? No,
5 wrestlers and a
manager.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
If we were to like, let's say we were getting 8 members for Aces and Eights, right? Just strictly 8 managers, so a manager would actually count like 8 members. I would also add in beer money. If we can get Bobby Roode, I would add in beer money.
They'd fit
perfectly. Is
perfectly.
Joey Storm still in TNA?
No, he's in NWA.
Okay.
I would absolutely add those 2 to that group because
let's add Nick Aldis while we're at it.
Oh, actually?
No.
That's no.
No. Okay, so here's how I would differ just a little bit.
I just want to see beer money back together.
So fantasy booking. So fantasy booking, just with people we have available. So there's EC3.
Yeah.
Eric Young. The Good
Brothers.
Maria, Mike Kanellis.
Mike Kanellis.
I would take Madman Fulton from their roster right now.
Wait, hold on. Say that. Wait. So it's EC3, Eric Young.
The Good Brothers.
The Good Brothers. Maria. That's 6 people. Maria, so we only have 2 members left.
So I would take a Madman Fulton for their roster right now.
Yeah, Madman Fulton's doing great.
And then I would also put Ace Austin in there.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a good rounded trip. That is. That's a well-rounded group.
Because we have to cover everything.
We do. And Madman Fulton, that is like the saddest thing about Sanity, was that he got injured and he comes back and it's just like, you're out.
Didn't they drop him immediately after he got injured?
Yeah, no. When he got injured, I believe when he came back is when they dropped him because Killian Dane showed up.
I thought it was just Dane. Like so. they didn't even revisit him. I thought they fired him when he was hurt.
No, he came back because I believe Killian Dane was the one that attacked him. Like he took him out. Like, that was just them saying he's on. Yeah.
That's how they wrote him off.
It was an on-screen burial and removal.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's like right after that happened, it was just like he had like I think like a couple more matches and they just fired him and just let him go.
But yeah,
he got Exodus.
Wow. But just to
that's the E in WWE, by the way, folks. It's not entertainment, it's Exodus. They're getting rid of you. They'll let you in and they're getting rid of you.
So NXT stands for next out the door. Next. NXT out the door.
It literally does sound for next. That's fun. That's the funny thing.
So just to kind of piggyback on this whole thing, ending my dishonorable mention, Eric Bischoff claimed that he and Hulk Hogan were going to flip that company upside down, and boy, they did.
Boy, did they.
Yeah, they flipped it upside down, dropped it on its head, and kicked it in its ass.
They threw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah, pretty much. They left the baby
in the basket.
They put essentially what they did was they took TNA, hanged it over a cliff, and they were just like everything they did was just one finger. They just let go of the leg.
So
one finger off.
So what you're saying is they Suge Knighted TNA?
Yes, they absolutely Suge Knighted TNA. TNA is Tupac.
Do you know about this thing? No, I'm thinking of Suge Knight and Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
So there's this rumor that Suge Knight, like they were at a Holiday Inn and Suge Knight hung Vanilla Ice over the balcony by his ankles.
Hey, look, I wouldn't put it past him because Vanilla Ice seems like an annoying ass person.
So,
wow.
He just seems like irritating just to look at.
So yeah, no, they definitely ran TNA like Death Row Records.
Yeah, they robbed it of as much money as they could. Flair got whatever he needed to get out of debt and whatever, and then they just dipped.
Yeah, they're like, okay, we're done here. And the worst part is, hold on, We haven't even reached the worst part. They brought Brooke Hogan in on this.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And she had a
That's because you wanted to forget about it.
Yeah, no, it was terrible.
You tried to push it into the deepest, darkest corners of your mind. Never to be unlocked.
Like, I could be wrong about this because, believe it or not, folks, they have a bunch of these angles in wrestling. Wasn't there like an incest angle with Brooke Hogan or something like that?
I wouldn't be shocked.
No, maybe. That sounds more like a WWE thing, though.
It does sound like it, but I wouldn't put it past them at that time. You got to remember, like, the people who were running that shit also worked for the E, and they self-booked a lot of stuff.
No, but I think that was Vince's idea to do the whole incest thing with Stephanie.
Yeah, he's come back to the incest thing a whole bunch of times.
But the one with Stephanie was the biggest one.
Yeah, but like you also wasn't like Katie Burchill and her brother?
Yeah.
The only thing I know of Katie wasn't she the one that was in the casket? And
no, he wasn't watching wrestling at that time. I brought that up for the WrestleMania ARG episode, and he didn't know who Paul Burchill was. Remember the guy who I told you about, who should have been at WrestleMania 36 that used to have the pirate gimmick?
Yes.
That guy.
He's gone back to that a whole bunch of times, but yeah. Either way, it's just TNA, just a lot during that time, just ruined faith for themselves.
So my issue was they tried to compete with WWE by moving to Mondays, and they never were competition,
viable
competition. There was supposed to be an alternative, and then Hulk Hogan comes in and is like, yeah, I hate this 6-sided ring, give me a 4-sided ring. That was the only reason I watched TNA.
Exactly. That ring was fantastic. It was unique. And it was one of the defining factors of the show. And you take it out because you want Hogan there?
And then think about it. So Hogan came in and messed with their winning formula. Their formula was doing so well that NXT has took it. So now, I think TNA used to shoot from one location at Universal Studios in Orlando.
Yeah.
And so now NXT does the same thing. So clearly they were doing something right.
Exactly. And it's like, my thing is that the people who work for TNA, like the backstage producers, for the most part, exactly knew what they were doing. And even to this day, like right now, they know what they're doing, because one of the smartest decisions, in my opinion, that they made was moving to a streaming platform like Twitch. Like, they have a Twitch page, and it's like, that's brilliant, because it's wrestling has always been wrestling has always been like a cult favorite thing. Yeah. Like, it's a very close family of people who enjoy the same thing. Like, there's so many people who look at wrestling as, they call it fake. And it's like, no, it's not fake. It may be scripted, but it's absolutely not fake. People get in that ring and they break their bodies down. And you can't call it fake just because an outcome is predetermined. It's a show.
It's a show. Do you not watch a movie because it's fake?
Exactly. Like, nobody walked up to you while you were watching Game of Thrones and be like, dragons aren't real. Like, nobody. No, it's entertainment.
Exactly.
You sat your ass down and you watched fucking Daenerys yell out Dracarys and burn shit to the ground.
Wrestling has been vilified for like 20 years, and it's so entertaining.
It's like, and funny enough, like, I honestly believe that's mostly due to Vince's business, like, tactics.
But wait, wait, more on that later.
More on that later.
So
but
let's fall back on topic.
I think right now what we need to do. Well, I'm done with Impact at this point. I said what I needed to say. I think we should move on to our dishonorable mentions.
But before we do that, before we continue with dishonorable mentions, let's get some Anchor love right about here.
Yes.
Yeah, let's show Anchor a little bit of love.
Anchor's been showing us love. You guys have been showing us love. So let's show them some love.
Yeah, dude. Anchor is such an easy way to upload this podcast to any sort of platform. We're on 8 different platform podcasts. You can listen here on Anchor.com, which is where I do most of my listening. You can also listen on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Radio Public, and like a bunch of other streaming platforms that I didn't even know existed. And they do it all for us. We just upload it to Anchor and they take care of the rest. So we're going to show Anchor a little bit of love. right about here, and then we'll be back with everybody else's dishonorable mentions. Hey, thank you guys so much for listening. We got a little carried away with our recording. All of our recordings went about an hour. So actually, we're going to split this into the second Turnbuckle podcast, first ever 3-part podcast. So tune in tomorrow for part 2. Go ahead and tune in on Monday for part 3. And then we'll be bringing you our regularly scheduled midweek episode on Wednesday. Go ahead and follow us on all social medias. It's OG_STP on Twitter. And you can follow us anywhere else if you search the Second Turnbuckle Wrestling Podcast on Google. Thank you so much for listening. This is Top Guy Jay, and you have a great day.